If you enjoyed this clip, make sure to subscribe to my second channel for more live stream clips and debates. And don't forget to join my new Discord server by clicking the link down below. You are a grifter though? Why don't you jump into the Discord and you can talk about it with me? There are haters in chat saying that I'm a grifter, and I would just love for one of them to just be man enough to step up and actually try and defend that position. Otherwise, they just look like cowardly little bitches that can only talk in chat. A challenger appears. Big Papa Fascist. Tell me why you think I'm a grifter?
Well, I mean, yeah, you switch sides essentially so you wouldn't get banned and you can keep on grifting people for their money,
Do you have
right?
do you have any proof of that? Do you know what a grifter is?
Yeah, that would be a Hunter Avalon. That would be a grifter.
Okay.
Mhm.
Technically though, a grifter is usually somebody that like sells out their beliefs for something of value, whether it be like money or fame or popularity or whatever.
You mean you? You.
No,
So
I
yeah,
didn't
you.
gain. Hold on. I didn't gain popularity. I didn't gain money. I lost money and I lost subscribers. So
Is
how
Nick
have I
Fuentes
grifted?
is Nick Fuentes right when he says that basically the reason you switched teams is because you started like humping a woke chick? Is that true?
No, but you're also really pivoting because I just gave you the definition of a grifter and it's very obvious that I don't
Yeah, I
fit
get
that
it. I'm
definition.
I'm just asking this pointed question because I wanted to know for a while because you used to
Well,
make good content.
we
You
can
used to
move
make
on to
good
that. Hold on.
content on
We
the
can move
con
on to that in a
side,
second.
and
Are
then
you
you went
willing
woke.
then to concede the grifter point then?
No, you sold out your beliefs for sure.
But what did I sell them out for?
You sold them out so that you wouldn't get banned like every other prominent conservative on YouTube did.
Really? What about
Uh-huh.
like Ben Shapiro? What about PragerU? I was
Those
working
are
with.
those are
Hold on, I was
those are
work.
main, those are mainstream guys.
Okay,
You were
sure,
never
whatever
that
you
main.
say, buddy. But I was working with them. I was working with PragerU. Like that's where I was. I was on more of the mainstream conservative side of things. So I didn't. I wasn't really at any kind of risk to even have my channel banned. If you look also after my fucking channel was banned, and then once it was reinstated, for the next like year and a half, I was continuing to pump out conservative content. Now, granted, some
No,
of it
you
changed and
mean
evolved as my beliefs did as well, but like it was
as your
still.
beliefs evolve.
You can literally go look at my channel and check out
So
the
how do
history.
you so how do you get from being like a pro-gun conservative to being a woke you're a transphobe if you don't suck lady dick? How did we get to that?
First of all, I've never said that, so that's a little weird that you try to put words in my mouth. Second of all, I still am pro-gun. That's not changed. Third of all, have you decided then? Have you conceded the grifter point? Like, are you
No,
willing then?
for sure you're a grifter. It's well known you're a grifter. Even your audience
Wait,
thinks you're a
so you're
grifter.
just saying I'm a grifter though, even though like the proof isn't on your side at all?
Well, what proof have you presented? You've just
I
given
just
me a
told
story
you
time.
how I
Like,
gave you.
how do we
I
know?
wait,
How do we know you're
I
not
think it was
making more
pretty
money
clear.
now?
I think it was pretty clear.
How do
I
we know
just
you're not making more money now? How do we know that?
because I
Because you
have
say so?
way less views on my channel, buddy.
Yeah,
That's
so
how.
we don't know who's funding you. We have no idea.
I'm not.
We have no clue.
Yeah, you got me, man. You don't know that I'm secretly funded by I don't know who would I even be funded by?
I don't know what woke funders you have. I have
How
no
did you
idea.
wait? Holy shit, dude. You just got it. You cracked the code. I'm funded by literally Woke Incorporated.
Uh-huh. I'm
Have you
sure
heard of
you are.
them?
Yeah, I have. I have.
Yeah, they send me over like
They're the hunter
$1,000.
they're the Hunter Avalon funding team.
Yeah, Woke Incorporated. Check them out.
Right. Right. So like I said, it's
So have
well
you moved
known.
off the grifter point then, or are you just gonna hide behind the
It's
memes?
very well known. It's very well known that you're a grifter. It's very well
Doesn't
known
mean
that
anything.
the reason that you switched sides was basically because you got a little bit of
Well
woke
known by
vagina,
whom?
and then you decided that you didn't want to
Well
have
known by
your
whom?
channel shut down. So
Well
so you
known by
switched sides
whom? You said it
by
was very
everybody,
well known.
by everybody on planet Earth. Nobody doesn't know this about you, that you're a grifter.
So
Nobody does.
everybody just thinks I'm a grifter, and that means I'm a grifter?
Well, no, but in this case, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, in this case,
So if
yes.
I were
It's
able to show
very
you a
clear
couple
you're a
people that
grifter.
don't think I'm a grifter, then would that defeat your argument?
Are they like wokies like you?
No, I mean, if you say it's a well-known fact and everybody thinks I'm a grifter, then couldn't I just
Yeah,
simply show you anyone else that doesn't think
that
I'm a
you would
grifter
show
and it
me
would
if I
defeat
got
your
them in a
point?
private. If I got those people in a private conversation, they'd probably still say you were a grifter too. Yeah, probably.
So, like, other than saying other people think I'm a grifter, could you explain to me why you believe that I am one?
Well, I just did, but I'll do it again. So
Because
what happened
everybody
is
else says it? That doesn't seem
you
very
switch
reasonable.
you switch sides. You switch sides because you didn't want to get your channel banned.
But like
And
here's my question
and
for that
also
is where's your proof of
because
that?
you got a
Because when
woke
I hold on, because
and
when I
also because you got a woke chick to have sex with you finally. So you also switch sides because of that too, is my understanding.
okay, well I don't really want to get into any kind of like, I'm not gonna have it like a dick measuring contest with you and start talking about like,
You would lose
but
that just
no,
like
I did not
they
sell out my beliefs to have sex with my now wife. That's not how this works. I don't know. Maybe you're not really familiar with how like healthy relationships work, but that's generally not usually how they work. Actually, my wife was very much on the same side as me. I mean, she used to help me write a lot of my conservative content as well. And it was as I began changing, we kind of like we were a couple, of course, as we kind of almost evolved a little bit together. It was actually kind of cool. So no, this idea that like she just made me turn left is bizarre. I've been dating Carissa. Me and Carissa got in a relationship back in the end of 2017. My content remained extremely right wing up until like mid 2019 when I started really like calling out the right as well.
until she started like slowly guiding it down the primrose path
But why would she guide it down the primrose
along
path?
with
It
you not
doesn't make
wanting
any
to get
sense.
along with you not wanting to get your channel banned. So those two things together combined, likely that's the reason
So basically,
that
you
you're
have a
even
nice
still here.
story and like to
Well,
validate your
so I mean that's
feelings.
all you have too. We have no way to determine what your
Yes, you
financials
do. You
are or
literally
whether or
do. You
not
can
you're
go look at
grifting
my
or not.
channel and see conservative content that I continue to make after I was banned. If
Okay,
I
we
was
can
so
see
worried
that,
about
but we have no idea what the financial status is. We have nothing except your word. That's it.
and we have nothing, well, we at least have some proof of my videos not changing after I was banned. You have literally nothing but a bedtime story.
That's all you're giving us is a bedtime story. The only thing that you can say is, well, I made a little bit lighter conservative content going forward until I completely did a 180 on my beliefs and suddenly embraced
But that's another lie. See, it wasn't a 180 on anything.
the entire transgender paradox. That's what
It
you ended
wasn't
up
just
doing.
like this entire 180. Like it was a slow developing process. Now I do understand that from a public perspective, it might not look like I've said this before that it probably did look a little bit more abrupt because I do political commentary. Like you're not watching my personal life. But yeah, when you actually are when you like see my content and everything and how it's evolved, it's very obvious it wasn't just like this 180 all of a sudden. My views began evolving and began changing, and you know what? They have been since the beginning of my channel. When I started my fucking channel, I was talking about I was like a conservative Christian. Then I went through a phase where I talked about how I really was like walking away from religion. That was part of the way that like my channel has evolved and changed with me, and as I have grown up and changed as well. So this idea that I just like switched sides out of nowhere, like just it's not even substantiated. You could literally go through my videos and see.
So you're gonna say for sure then that it had nothing to do with the fact that you were worried about your channel getting struck out of existence. Had nothing to do with that at all.
No, because
Even
if it
though all the other conservatives at the time, that was exactly what was happening to them
they
coincidentally.
weren't after I was
Yeah,
banned.
they
Hold
were.
on,
Yeah, they
after I was banned, I was doing stuff. I continued to do stuff with like PragerU. I was in that circle. I was in what you consider to be like the mainstream safe whatever
yeah,
like
and then you were
side of
unbanned.
conservatism. Like I was
And you
already
were
in there.
then you were unbanned, right?
No, I was banned and then unbanned in like 7 hours.
Well, that's what I just said. And then you were unbanned. And slowly but surely, we have made sure that we have all seen this progression, this grift progression of yours, where you suddenly decided that you didn't want your channel to get banned, you didn't want to get struck out.
So
Plus,
why
you
would I
had
keep making
this
conservative
fight that kind of
content then
moved
after
you
I was
that way,
banned?
and you completely and totally
So why would I continue
did a
making
180.
hold on. So why would I continue making conservative content after I was banned?
Well, why don't you look at that conservative content? It's not all that conservative.
So
You can kind of
are
see
you
that
saying after it
you're
banned it
gradually
just
moving
like
towards woke, gradually moving towards woke, pretty obviously.
well, I mean the content gradually changed with my beliefs, sure. So doesn't that kind of prove my point that it wasn't just like
No,
this abrupt
no,
180, that it was like a true
it
evolution?
doesn't prove your point. We're all still going to always think that you're a grifter. You switch sides completely and totally abruptly. It's true that you made your content a little less woke, but I think that that's just because you didn't want your channel to get shut down, or a little less conservative, I mean. And that's
So
just
it
because you
was
didn't want
only
your channel
after my channel was banned that my content continued to be
for by your own admission 7 whole hours. Oh wow.
yeah.
That's
Yeah,
wow.
literally.
7 hours.
wait, you're defeating your own point right now. If it
No,
was,
I'm
if
I'm
I was
making my own.
deleted for 7 hours, like
Uh-huh.
in the span of 7 hours, you're saying I like
Right.
concocted this plan to like
Well, yeah,
stop.
put the fear, probably put the fear of God in you, and you were worried that you would lose your hundreds of thousands of subscribers, and
I
so
mean, it was
you
definitely
began
worrying
you
being
right,
like taken off YouTube when I didn't think I'd broken any rules or anything. Sure, but
right.
the
So you
idea
started
that in the
to
span
woke.
of 7 hours, I suddenly concocted this gigantic conspiracy to like switch my beliefs and my views and everything else, like it doesn't make any sense, dude. Come on. What
It's not
happened was no. You can
conspiratorial.
actually see the
What do you mean
progression of what
it's not
happened is
conspiratorial? What would be conspiratorial about saying that a person wants to preserve themselves, so they decide that they don't want to lose
the
all their hard
conspiracy is
work,
that you have
so they
no
switch
basis
sides?
for it. That's your
You
conspiracy.
think I mean, you think you're the only one who's ever switched sides in order to preserve your brand? You're not.
No.
Companies do it all the time. Companies with far
So
more
what?
of a customer base than you do
It
it
doesn't mean
often.
anything. We're talking
Yeah,
about me
it does.
specifically
What I'm
here.
saying is that all the signs are there that
The
this is
reason
a
it's a
giant grift and
conspiracy,
you're a
hold on, the
giant
reason that
grifter.
it's a conspiracy for you is that you have absolutely no evidence of what you're saying. Now, it is true that this conversation is largely going to be my word versus your word. However,
Yeah.
I have my YouTube channel that you can go and look at and see the content and how it continued. What really happened was I had a good discussion with Vosh. I was already in a place where I was considering some of my beliefs. And then over time, my beliefs changed and progressed. And you can literally see this progression in my content. For example, one of my first videos on Jessica Yaniv, I was still very much a conservative then. But at the end, I talked a little bit about how, hey, just if this is like a trans person doing something creepy doesn't mean that like all trans people are creepy or all trans people are bad or whatever. And I was still very much a conservative then, but that was like a really clear indication of how my views had evolved and changed, even on LGBT issues, right? Like, I mean,
No,
I was
it looks far more likely to me that what happened was you got the fear of God put in you because you had a channel strike. You decided to throttle down your content and then sell out so
okay.
that
I
you
mean,
can
you can say what
continue
you want,
on
but
your
I
gravy
literally
train.
just I'm literally giving you proof and examples of how my content
Well,
has
you haven't
evolved.
given me any proofs. You're go back and watch my YouTube, my throttled down conservative
And
YouTube
meanwhile, you're
videos.
saying nothing. What's your proof? Like everyone watching
I
right
just
now, to everybody
yeah,
watching right now, you guys
yeah.
can go check out my channel. Go find the video called I was banned, and you can go ahead and check out my response to it, and then you can look at all of my content moving forward. It continued just down the path of being very conservative, and it wasn't until later as it slowly but surely started
It
to
wasn't
evolve.
very
So
conservative.
I'm letting everybody know in the audience, if you want to go check it out, you can see that yeah, the proof is right there. Meanwhile, you have nothing. You have a bedtime story that you're telling me. You're
That's all
telling me
you
a
have
nice
is the
fairy.
bedtime story. You
No,
haven't
you're telling
provided.
me a fairy
Just
tale
saying you can
about
go
what you
look at
think happened based on
some of my
absolutely
throttled
nothing.
down, saying that you can go look down at some of my throttled down content. That is a bedtime story. Show us some actual proof, real proof. You're
Can
the
you
guy
show
who
me some
has the
proof,
proof.
please?
I can't provide only the
Oh,
proof that
okay.
you
So
have.
you actually have no proof at all. So now we're at least acknowledging this is all conjecture.
Why would you want Donald Trump's tax returns? Is that because you couldn't
What was
provide the
this
tax
pivot?
returns yourself?
Holy shit. What was that pivot? Whoa. Are you
Well,
okay
no,
right now?
it's tied together. There's no
Did you
way
just
for
hurt
us
your
to
like back or
determine this.
something? Holy
You
shit, that
have
was
to
rough.
determine it. You have to determine it. You have to show the proof, not us.
I've given proof. I've told people where they can check it out. I will go ahead and drop a link
You
in
tell
chat
people to
too.
go check out your YouTube channel. Like that's
Yes,
not
like what else are you
anything.
gonna look for? Actually, hold on, let me pull. Here's a tweet right here, showing on screen. This is back. I remember I was getting in fights with Beardson and all these other like dipshit alt-writer types. Even back then when I was still very much conservative. This tweet when I'm talking about like your sexuality doesn't define you as a person. If my daughter turns out to be gay, that will never stop me from loving and respecting her. Fuck you for thinking otherwise. And I got in a big like controversy for saying that like it kind of makes more sense to like support gay marriage overall if you're like a conservative or whatever. And that was when I was conservative. This was like a very clear indication of how my views began to change. Like,
You mean of how you began to pivot towards the grift so that you didn't lose everything you had
I
built?
mean, you're always, the thing is you're going to see it. That's how you're going to see it no matter what, because you don't
Oh,
like me.
that's
But
how
the people
everybody.
that are actually willing to, look at this objectively, and the people that actually have a brain are able to look through this and see very clearly the evolution of my beliefs and how they changed.
I'm far smarter than you are, and I can look at anything objectively, Hunter Avalon.
Okay. Whatever you say, Dave.
You have been crushed under my boot heel before, and you would be crushed under my boot heel again if you ever engaged with me a second time. What I'm
I
talking
just
with you
engaged
about
with you a
right
second
now,
time and you embarrassed
we're not
yourself.
debating. We're not debating. And on top of
Really?
that, what I'm
This isn't
explaining
what
to
you call a
you,
debate? Because I would
what
consider
I'm
this a debate right now, my dude.
what I'm explaining to you is that from our perspective, you look like the ultimate in grifting. That's what it looks like to all of us.
Could
Even
you?
your own audience, even your own
I'm
audience,
just
and on the
wondering
left,
really quickly. I
even on the
just really
left,
want to
they
know
think you're a grifter.
how am I like what was the benefit?
The
Where was
be
the
the
grift?
benefit was that you didn't lose your entire channel when you saw the writing on the wall and knew that conservative channels were getting completely and totally banned off of YouTube and these other platforms. You did not want to be one of those channels.
All right. Well, have fun with your bedtime story then, I guess.
Yeah,
But
I
yeah,
guess.
I mean, the thing is, like I've given proof. My audience knows. The people watching are gonna know. I am not able to argue with your like menopausal feelings here.
Well,
But yeah, if you want to
you
just
can
go ahead and
actually
deal with
show
it,
proof. You really could show us proof,
I can,
but you, I mean,
I
why?
can hit you up with a therapist that might be able to help you kind of work out some of that pent up emotion that you seem to be dealing with. I really just hope that you're able to get some help and stop taking it out on the on me and the channel. But yeah, like there are a lot of people that are insincere about their beliefs, a lot of people that are very slippery and slimy, and people that
Like
are
you,
not very
like
truthful with the kind of things they say.
that would be you.
But yeah,
Those are all self-describers for you, just so you know.
all right, pal.
All,
Says the
all,
king.
all,
All right, you
all
know what?
people
No. I'm not.
self-describing.
Listen, I will get into the roast war, and I don't think it's a good idea right now. All right.
Well, you would lose that too. I mean, from just a sheer look standpoint, you don't. It's not even close.
Oh, we're
So I
going
mean,
for the looks attack. You
it
realize now
doesn't
that you
matter
have
what
no
it doesn't matter
argument.
what
Like
we go for. I'm
the
better than you by every single conceivable
I'm actually
metric.
kind of okay with just letting you continue talking here because you're just
Oh
further
my.
you're just further destroying your own point. Like everybody watching now is seeing very clearly that like you are just so fucking biased and filled with this like Hunter Avallone derangement syndrome. You're not giving an accurate interpretation at all. Like you're not defending your claim that I'm a grifter.
This is the first time. This is the first time
Like,
I've
do you
been to your
think you look
channel.
good right now?
This
Do you
is
think you're
this
looking
is the
good in
first.
this discussion right now?
Oh,
Like you
yeah,
look really weird.
this is the first time I've been to your channel since we debated because somebody sent me a text saying, "Can you believe this idiot's actually going live to debate with trans issues again after that?" I couldn't believe it, honestly. I had to come see for myself.
All right, and then you decided to pop in and try to defend the claim that I'm a grifter, and looks pretty damn bad. But okay.
You said, does anybody want to come into the Discord and call me a grifter? And I said, well, yeah, sure, I'll come into the Discord and call you a grifter. I'm happy to do that. I didn't come here
No,
seeking
I'm
that.
sorry. Maybe
You
yeah, maybe if you want to
you
get down
spit
in your
that challenge
semantic
out.
little argument there, you can. But it was very
You
clear that
spit
I was.
the you spit
No,
the
I was
challenge
asking people to
out,
come
and
on
I
and
showed up.
defend the claim that I'm a grifter, and now you're trying to backtrack because you recognize that you didn't defend that claim at
No,
all.
of course I
You
did. Of course
recognize that
I
you
did.
came on here and looked like a fucking
I
retard,
look, I
and then
look, I
start
look, I look
screaming about how
fantastic.
you're
Look how
better
mad
than
you
me
are.
and better looking than me.
Look at
You've
how mad
proven
you
nothing
are.
right now, my dude.
So mad, Hunter.
You've
Always
proven
so
how
mad.
angry and frustrated you are. Now,
Hunter-
do you want to
Hunter's
go
so
ahead and
mad.
you want to give a quick shout out to your channel?
Yeah, you.
Fuck you. Well, you guys heard it. There's the proof. He said it. The proof. Just trust me, bruh.